The World Cup tournament is a global event, by all appearances. Countries from all over the world come together to participate in a single game of sport, football. And so it follows that there must be accordance between the participants. Over the years, from the year of the first ever World Cup in 1930 till the current dates, there have been notable occurrences in the FIFA World Cup, and one of those occurrences has been the ban of countries. From cheating to political reasons to apartheid reasons, and so much more, the Fédération Internationale de Football Association, FIFA, has had cause to ban certain countries from participating in the World Cup tournament. Stay tuned until the end of this video to find out which countries have been banned from the World Cup over the years. Click the button below to like and subscribe. Turn on post notifications for more updates. 10. Japan and Germany. Due to World War II, the FIFA World Cup tournament couldn't hold in 1942 and 1946. But after a 12-year hiatus, there was another World Cup in 1950. But Japan and Germany were denied participation in the tournament, and the reason for the absence of the countries reported as being due to the country's position in the war at the time. 9. Mexico. Mexico was banned from the World Cup in 1990 after revealing that there had been 4 overage players in their junior league team. This happens to be a very serious rule in FIFA's regulations. It was found that they had enlisted 4 overage players in the match to qualify for the following year's junior tournament. They were banned for 2 years. The junior team would later be replaced by the junior team from the United States the next year in Saudi Arabia. Further investigations were carried out on the Mexican team coaches, and FIFA then said they would be served severe consequences if found guilty. The then coach of the national team, Mario Velarde, made a motivating statement on the issue. He said, "This news is sad and lamentable, but we must take a positive attitude. Face it basically with daily labor to improve." 8. South Africa. In 1961, South Africa was banned from the World Cup and several other international sports. This ban was due mainly to the apartheid laws in play during that time in South Africa. There was segregation in sports teams of South Africa, with there being different teams according to skin color. The teams were divided into black and white teams, with the black teams being the minority. The apartheid laws in South Africa also required the teams they would be playing against to be all white. FIFA banned South Africa from participating, indicating that they would only be reinstated when the apartheid laws had been dismantled. This led to a long ban as the South African government wasn't ready to adhere to these decrees then. They were reinstated only about 30 years later, in the early 1990s. This was around the time the apartheid laws came to an end. 7. Yugoslavia. Although currently dismantled, Yugoslavia was once a combined federation on the Balkan Peninsula, consisting of Bosnia, Croatia, Herzegovina, Montenegro, Kosovo, North Macedonia, Slovenia, and Serbia, which are all now independent countries. In 1992, before Yugoslavia was dismantled, it was banned by FIFA, the International Tennis Federation, and UEFA from upcoming sports competitions. And this came as a result of the sanctions placed on the country by the United Nations. In May 1992, the UN placed sanctions on Yugoslavia for its war against and towards Bosnia-Herzegovina. FIFA banned Yugoslavia from the qualifications for World Cup in 1994, indicating that the ban would only be lifted once the sanctions were gone. The International Federation of Tennis also banned the country from the Davis Cups. UEFA also replaced the Yugoslavia soccer team with Denmark's team for the European Championships in June of that year. They were also banned from the World Indoor Championships, slated to take place in November. 6. Chile. While most countries were banned for serious economic issues like political differences, Chile was banned for cheating. Chilean goalkeeper, Roberto Rojas, was exposed for his dubious act during the 1990 World Cup. Chile and Brazil were the two teams playing against each other, with Brazil leading 1-0. If they had gone on to win the match, they would have qualified for the 1990 World Cup. With just 20 minutes left, it looked like Brazil was going to get the qualification. But the game had to be cancelled after a fiasco involving the Chilean goalkeeper ensued. A flare from the Brazilian side of the spectators' seats had allegedly hit Rojan, causing severe damage. While the Chilean team might have gotten away with the hoax, it was not to be so. A sports photographer, Ricardo Alfieri, had caught the image of the flare that supposedly landed on Rojas, putting it a full meter away from the goalkeeper. An investigation was carried out, and it was later found that the goalkeeper had cut himself purposefully with a blade hidden in his gloves. It was concluded to be a deliberate plan by the Chilean football team to disqualify the Brazilian team. In an interview with CNN, a pitch-side photographer who was present during this game, Paulo Teixeira, said, "Amazing as it may sound, no TV camera caught the moment the flare flew over and supposedly hit the goalkeeper. We photographers sat along the sideline and saw the flare come over. I was amazed to see Rojas rolling over and bleeding from an eye as the device had hit the ground about a meter from him." Following the production of this image evidence, making Rojas's claim impossible, the Chileans were banned from the 1994 World Cup. Furthermore, as an individual, Roberto Rojas was banned from playing football. This ban was lifted in 2001. The fiasco also gave Brazil an automatic score of 2-0, making them eligible for the 1990 World Cup qualification. 5. Myanmar. Myanmar was banned from the 2014 World Cup Championships due to the rowdy acts of the country's team fans in a qualifying match against Oman in 2011. They were reported to have thrown different objects like bottles, stones, and glass at the referees and the Oman players. They were also said to have been banned from the 2018 World Cup but were reinstated after an appeal by Myanmar just before the start of the World Cup. 4. Indonesia. In 2015, a ban was placed on Indonesia, preventing them from participating in the 2018 FIFA World Cup. Before the ban, Indonesia had been drawn into Group F for the following rounds of matches toward qualification. FIFA cited their reason for the ban on the country as interference of the government of Indonesia on the football team's decisions. As third-party interference in a country's sports league is against FIFA's rules, the country's team had to be banned from the 2018 World Cup. They were also excluded from the 2019 Asian Cup qualifiers. 3. Kuwait. In 2015, the match that was supposed to take place between Kuwait and Myanmar in a qualifying match was suspended due to the investigation into Kuwait sports bills. FIFA suspended the Kuwait Football Association due to government interference in the league's affairs. Due to bills in the country's football association that were not satisfactory to FIFA, the association was suspended. Then the qualifying match between Kuwait and Myanmar was subsequently cancelled because of the ongoing suspension. FIFA lifted the ban after 2 years, releasing a formal statement saying that the Kuwait Parliament has adopted a new sports law of Kuwait, which replaces all the previous ones and has been amended to be fully compliant with the FIFA statutes and requirements. 2. Kenya and Zimbabwe. Moving to current events, Kenya and Zimbabwe have both been banned from this year's World Cup. Kenya's Football Association was suspended earlier on by its sports ministry after an investigation into the association revealed allegations of suspicious funds. Zimbabwe's Football Association was also disbanded by the country's appointed sports commission, the SRC, for allegations of sexual harassment against referees and allegations of fraud within the Zimbabwean Football Federation, ZIFA. FIFA has placed a ban on both countries, making both countries unable to participate in the 2022 World Cup tournament. 1. Russia. The number 1 spot for the countries banned by FIFA is Russia. Due to the ensuing war of Russia against Ukraine, Coupled with several countries like Poland and Sweden refusing to play against Russia, FIFA has suspended Russia from playing in the 2022 World Cup. FIFA and UEFA have suspended all Russian clubs and national teams until further notice. The 2022 World Cup is not yet at an end. Exciting events have been unfurled at the tournament, and millions of people are watching with bated breath to discover the winner of this year's World Cup. What do you think of the list of banned countries? Let us know in the comments. Click the button down below to like and subscribe. Turn on post notifications to get updates on new videos.